Paragraph 1.15, exhibits are not to be recorded or photographed unless specifically permitted by the court. Malo, this is one of the requests that we've made, that exhibits should not be photographed. Paragraph 1.16, only one media representative may conduct each of the audio, video, and still photography activities. Malo, the current arrangement is that only one media house will be allowed to record the proceedings and then share the feed with the rest of the media houses, so that we don't have a proliferation of cameras in court.
Is that the general agreement among the media houses then?
Yes. On Monday they told me that it's not yet, that the previous agreement has lapsed and that they were in the process of concluding a new agreement. We trust that it has since been concluded. Okay. Paragraph 1.17, this media representative is to be determined by the media houses themselves, and they are to operate an open and impartial distribution scheme in terms of which the footage, audio or photographs will be distributed in a clean form, that is to say, with no visible logos, to any other media organization requesting same, and should also be archived in such a manner that it remains freely available to other media houses. Paragraph 1.18, if no agreement can be reached on these arrangements, no expanded media coverage may take place. And the rest, my lord, I don't think
yeah, fine.
It will be necessary to put them on record. In short, the rest is to the effect that the decorum of the court must at all times be maintained and respected.
Complete reading it, because an order can be made where it has not been fully read. So maybe we should continue reading up to the end.
As the court pleases. Then paragraph 2, rules regarding the behavior of media representatives. Paragraph 2.1, these are general arrangements. Paragraph 2.1, conduct must be consistent with the decorum and dignity of the court. Paragraph 2.2, no identifying names, marks, logos or symbols should be used on any equipment or clothing worn by media representatives. Paragraph 2.3, all representatives, including camera crew, must be appropriately dressed. Paragraph 2.4, equipment must be positioned and operated to minimize any distraction while the court is in session. This, my lord, we also took up with the media houses on Monday.
Okay.
Paragraph 2.5, equipment must not be placed in or removed from the courtroom during court proceedings. Paragraph 2.6, only previously authorized or approved media personnel will be allowed in the courtroom. Paragraph 2.7, all interviews are to be conducted outside the High Court building. Paragraph 2.8, under no circumstances may a witness who is under oath be approached to be interviewed or questioned by the media. And unfortunately, my lord, this has happened with the previous proceedings. Paragraph 2.9, any other witness may only be approached with the consent of the state prosecutor or defense teams. Then paragraph 3, general rules. Paragraph 3.1, the decorum of the court must at all times be maintained and respected. Failure to do so will result in offending persons being removed from the court, from the courtroom, and they may be subject to contempt of court proceedings. Paragraph 3.2, all attendees are reminded of the practice that they must bow to the court upon leaving and re-entering the courtroom while the court is in session. Paragraph 3.3, no person, and the emphasis falls on no person is permitted to disrupt or interfere with court proceedings in any way, and persons found to do so will be removed from the courtroom by the court orderlies and may be subject to contempt of court proceedings. Paragraph 3.4, this includes but is not limited to disruptions such as eating in court, ringing cell phones, loud talking while the court is in session, audible recording devices, unnecessary movement to and from the courtroom, and any other conduct deemed by the court orderlies or the court to be disruptive. Paragraph 3.5, the dress code in the courtroom for media personnel and the court official is formal business attire. Paragraph 3.6, members of the public are reminded that this is a court of law and are encouraged to dress appropriately. For example, men are not allowed to wear hats or caps inside the courtroom. Paragraph 3.7, all persons seeking to attend the proceedings will be required to sign a register upon entry to the High Court building, and text will be provided by the Office of the Chief Justice, security dividing parties into 4 categories, namely legal teams, members of the media, family members, or members of the general public. This directive by no means constitutes an exhaustive list of guidelines, and it remains within the court's discretion to make any order to ensure that the decorum of the court is respected. And as I've mentioned, my lord, we've attached the
Yes.
the application form
Okay.
to be completed by members of the media.
Okay, thanks. So the directive then is made an order of this court. Any questions regarding that order from the media? No questions. Yes, sir. The lady there.
Good morning, my lord. Just for clarity,
Yeah.
does this include live crossings? Because often would find during lunch breaks we do live crossings. Does that include no live crossings
No.
prior to the court?
I don't think so. Let's hear Mr. Baloi. What's your response to the question? And the defense will also respond.
Yes. I don't think there'll be a problem with
There's
it.
no problem.
I think there've been live
Yeah,
crossings in
okay.
the past.
Any member of the defense team? Any comments?
My lord, I have a problem with the live crossing done
Yeah.
inside the court because they interfere with our movements during breaks when we're inside here.
Live crossings. What do you mean by that? Maybe let's define live crossings.
Thank you, my lord. Usually prior to proceedings, we would give the public an update of what is expected to transpire in
Yes, yes,
court.
yes.
And during lunch, we would give an update of what has happened from morning until about lunchtime. Thanks, my lord.
Miss Counsel, are you not happy with that?
My lord, on the order was made that the live crossing should be done outside court. We all
Where
know.
does the court start?
The court starts at 10. The
No, you don't understand me. Let me tell you. You know, there's a law which says that there can't be demonstrations within 500 meters of a court. But you know, people, I won't mention the political parties and the unions. They barricade the streets and they toi, blah, blah, blah. And no judge enforces that. But the precincts of the court, you know, they start right at the pavement there. So I don't think...
My lord, the problem we had is that our movement is limited here inside court because we come here preparing, roping, consulting, doing everything, and you find that the camera captures us when we are doing that in preparation.
Even roping.
Yes.
Is there no roping room here? When I was still here 20 years back, there was a roping room.
No, we don't.
Hello? No roping room here.
No.
Nematot.
I think there should be one on the upper floors. I think the second floors.
Which two?
I think the
There is
problems
a
with
roping
the-
room.
yeah, the problems with the security there, I think you have to bring your
But
own.
if you choose to rope in the passage,
Yes.
like I've seen live photos of some council roping inside the court actually.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Not Nina. But I've seen some live photographs
Yes.
of council just roping in front of the judge and everybody. But I know with the decorum of the court, nobody insists on it pertinently up to the last crossing. As long as it is done expeditiously and with a decorum, without impeding any other person in the profession his or she is exercising as a reporter, or the councils themselves,
Yes.
not being impeded. Okay.
Yes. Normally, the live crossings are done outside the
Yeah, fine.
courtroom, and when the court is not in session.
All right.
So they don't cause
Is that
any,
okay?
any
Not-
disruption.
Okay, thanks. All right, okay. The form, they've already filled it in, the forms, the previous time,
Yes.
because we said it's a nullity then.
Yes.
This court will take it as the form is read, that all the participants of the media, yesterday, you remember, you identified yourself. It shall be taken that you are aware of the application form and it is procedurally filled in because the order presupposes that you know the contents. Okay, is that okay? Thank you.
We'll also make copies.
Yeah,
copies
that's
for
it for the-
everyone.
You say this is exhibit what?
M, my lord.
Exhibit M. Okay, fine. Let's go. Let's start then.
Ningasali kuva bafethu lana bekutshela nje lana-ke bemaphephandaba kanye-ke nalabo mabonakude indlela-ke ekufanele benze ngayo bese khulunyiwe ngalo daba ngaphambilini-ke ukuthi nje indlela abekufanele ukuthi bayiphathe. So bebetshelwa nje ukuthi kufanele bayiphathe kanjani la uma ngaba seqhutyekwa kungathathwa iy'thombe zenu uma icala liqhubeka ezenu nikhulumisana nabameli benu kodwa konke okunye bekumayelana nabo-ke ukuthi indlela ekufanele bayiphathe ngako angeze ngize kuyenze yonke le document soqeda kusasa.
As a court, please, my lord. Ma'am, yesterday when we adjourned, you testified that the deceased was loaded on the vehicle and you then left for Butsilong Hospital and that you were putting pressure where he was shot using a towel. You can continue from there. What happened en route to the hospital?
Ushilo-ke izolo uma siqedelela-ke ukuthi nanisendleleni eyakhona esibhedlele eButhilong futhi-ke kunethawela elalibekwa-ke la awayedutshulwe khona-ke umufi usungaqhubeka-ke ukusuka lapho.
Alright, sathi sesemotweni kanjalo silokhu sibeka ipressure esilondeni lapho and then silokhu sizama ukumkhulumisa ukuthi ahlale evula amehlo.
Whilst we were on our way, putting the pressure on the wound and also trying to speak to him so that he would keep his eyes open.
If you say to him, you're referring to the deceased.
Kusho yena umufi ngithi.
Ngisho yena uSenzo yebo.
You're referring to Senzo, yes.
Yes, we may proceed.
Makusenjalo ngabona ukuthi lokhu kweqamehlo ubheka phezulu.
Whilst at that, I noticed that he was sort of like in open, his eyes wide open and looking up.
Yes, you may proceed.
Ngalokho ngiqhubeka ke ngimthinta ebusweni ngithi Senzo hlala nathi ungayindawo.
I kept
Sesiyafika esibedlela.
I kept on touching him on his face and saying, Senzo, remain with us or stay with us. We are about to arrive at the hospital. Stay with us and don't go anywhere. We are about to get to the hospital.
Yes.
And then kuthe makusenjalo ngamphakamisa iskipa ngambamba la ngaphansi esiswini. Ngamuzwa ukuthi i-temperature njengoba bengimthinta ebusweni ayisafani nale ngizwa esiswini usiyabanda esiswini.
I then lifted up his t-shirt and touched him on his stomach, and then felt that the temperature is no longer the same as when I touched him in his face. He was now cold on his stomach.
Yes, you may proceed. Ma'am, if you need any comfort break at any point, just say so.
Usho nje uma ufuna nje ukuthi unikwe isikhashana nje. Comfort break.
Are you okay, man?
Should we adjourn for a few minutes or will you continue? Please, may we just
Okay,
take a
let's
short
adjourn for
adjournment?
about 5 minutes.